But I'm always keeping tabs on some shit. I've been watching all your actions and shit. Hey, I try to be like Malachi 3 and 6. So I always got a script in my clip. Whoa, maybe they don't know. There's a reason why people in the street chasing the weed and cocoa. There's a reason why women in the strip club going after bozos. Hey, they gotta see the bigger.
The book of Matthew, chapter 20, from the top. Get up! For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a household.
You got a question? What's your nationality? Puerto Rican. So like, how do you feel about the stuff that's happening in Ukraine right now?
In Ukraine?
It's an issue. How do you remember when they was on horses, when the white man was on horses whipping the Haitians on the border, the Mexicans on the border? It just happened a couple months ago. Remember that?
In Ukraine?
No, on the Haitians at the border of Mexico. A couple months ago?
Yes.
Which one do you think is worse?
The one they did with the Haitians.
They didn't allow Mexicans and Haitians to go through the border, right? But they're allowing Ukrainians to go through Mexico to come to America.
They coming to America?
Yes, through Mexico.
Well, that's something I didn't know. I know they're going through Europe.
Yeah, and through Mexico to come into America. And Airbnb is giving hundreds of thousands of houses for these niggas. You see the problem though?
You're
like,
right.
When the black and Hispanics, when we need some help from these people, they don't help us. That's why we're not supposed to seek their help at all. We gotta come together as a people, right? Seek them. Seek their help. We're not supposed to seek their help at all. We gotta seek the Most High God because the Most High is the one that's gonna help us out of this thing. The white man don't look at us and be like, you know what? Let me help these people. Let me help the Puerto Ricans. Let me help the Cubans. Let me help the Native Americans that's drunk while I'm building highways through their reservations. They're not thinking like that. They're thinking, listen, let me help the white man, my brother, come through illegally, come through their state, fuck them, and come to America. You're right. You see what I'm saying? And then, as a people, we be like, damn, like, that shit is bad, you know, that shit is sad, we gotta pray for Ukraine. I'm not praying for none of it. In Ukraine, they're not even letting black people in the buses.
Right.
Soldiers saying no niggas allowed.
Right. And they're telling them they have to fight for a country that they're not even part of.
Exactly. Right. I'm not fighting for them. And that's what's wrong with people in America. We want to fight for Americans in America, and we're not part of it, guys.
There's a Judite, right? From somewhere from down south. He went to go to Ukraine to fight for them. Literally.
This is what's wrong with black and Hispanics. We want to fight for everyone else but black and Hispanics. You got gang members like, yo, bro, let's stop the gang violence and go fight for Ukraine. What? You never thought, let's stop the gang violence to end black and Hispanic, black on black crime? But you want to stop black on black crime and help white people. Right. Well, not our own people. That's the issue that we have with ourselves. We got to come back. Get Deuteronomy 20 and verse 34. Because this is something that makes people be like, damn, like, yo, this is crazy that this is happening. When you really put the pieces together, you see like, damn, there's something that's here that we ain't never look at. Because we just look at it through a lens that the white man has given us. Like, if you look at Ukraine, you're like, damn, But when you really think about it, it's white people attacking white people, and Ukraine was a part of Russia. That's theirs. It's not my bad. It has nothing to do with me. Like, you got kids? If your kids is running around doing crazy stuff, and you told them not to do it with their friends, when they come home, who you beating?
My son.
You ain't beating them. You got nothing to do with you. Listen, I'm gonna call your mom, whatever. They want to deal with you, but I'm beating your ass because you're my kid. I'm not about to be sitting here worrying about them. You know what I'm saying? That's why we gotta worry about ourselves. We gotta worry about the people on this side. Worry about the Puerto Ricans, the black and Hispanics, the Native Seminole Indians. That's the people that we gotta worry about.
Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching we have watched for a nation that cannot save us.
We're watching for a nation of people that can't do nothing for us. Like when we came to the border, we thought they was gonna be cool and let us slide. No, they went right back to slavery, whipping Haitians. But then we see a couple months later, let's help Ukraine. You got on Times Square, built the whole the ball truck, the whole building. Pray for Ukraine. Why? Let's pray for black and Hispanics. Look at this song. When has any white person ever said, let's pray for the people that this happened to? White people don't think like that. They say, slavery's done away. Slavery's finished. It was abolished. And that's it. But even in the Constitution, it's not abolished. Because if you commit a crime, you're still a slave.
Yeah, that has to do with actually certain institutions that should be profited, because when by law you're supposed to give reparations, the companies that particularly take interest, when people don't know, is banks like Chase Morgan, right? But Chase Morgan is everywhere, right? And who likes to use those banks? People of color in particular, right? But if you knew that they already profited from the slave trade, they profited from the Holy Ghost, they profited from destroying and killing people, but they're still rich and they still have money, and no one turns against them, right? And no one shuts them out. But when they have to speak, or their interest is involved, but that's what this has to do with. You know, actuality, the whole issue of Ukraine has to do with money and power, right? We fear Russia. So that's why they're really concerned in making a bigger thing. Meanwhile, they don't fear Latin America. Because what people don't realize is that the United States had at one point sent all the countries in the world and let them know that all Latin America, the entire Americas, is part of the empire of the United States. And that was the first time in over time that the United States have ever referred to themselves as an empire. But people don't know it. Right? And that's why they do things they do even in Latin America and use the people against each other and create things and trade. So
they put us, they put black and Hispanics against each other. And when we come to America, you got Puerto Ricans over here, Dominicans over here, black people over here. But we all went to the same school with the same hood. But we all separated from work because the white man makes it like you're different from me, I'm different from you, he's different from him. Why? But we're all the same people, and like you said, for power. And we know America's scared of Russia. But we see in the Bible, we're going to show you the Bible. Russia, what's that? Isaiah 51 verse 27. Russia is going to destroy America, prophetically in the Bible. Because Russia wants to go back to that Soviet Union that they used to have back in World War II, World War I. Because they're not trying to listen to America no more. Nobody wants America as that sole power structure.
Proverbs 30:14. There are people who take full advantage of the poor and needy. That is the way they make their living.
The way they make, like I said about the chase thing, the way they make their living is by feeding off black and Hispanics. Black and Hispanics don't know that the banks was got all their money from slavery. Now we go, I got chased, I get cash back. I get 2% cash, 2%. Nigga, you gotta get all of that money. You shouldn't be paying no money when you go to the bank. We can't even get loans. By being black, you can't even get a high enough loan from the money they took from your ancestors. But we just keep giving them money. Giving them money. We get taxes, we just give all the money back. Never spend it on black and Hispanics. You got, always say this. Everybody talking about New York, Yagas, Americans, Montclair. Gosh, all this expensive bullshit that white people need. When a black and Hispanic got a $25 shirt, $25? $35? I'm not paying $35 for a shirt. Nigga, you just paid $150 for a V-Long shirt last week. But you don't want to have black and Hispanics.
Proverbs 24:1. Don't be envious of evil people and don't try to make friends with them.
It says don't try to make friends with all these evil people. All these other nations, you don't need to be with them at all. Right? I'm going to show you why.
Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out?
Esau is the Edomites, the white man according to the Bible. Right? We see that all the white people, majority of the white men are the Edomites, right? So it's how are the things of Esau sorted out that?
How are his hid things sorted up? Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
The people, their own people, they bring them down. You see, Russia and America, they're both white people. America, they was over there. They was all the same people before. But now they are coming together and crashing themselves down. But the same thing that black and Hispanics do as the people now, that's what they're starting to do. And that's biblical prophecy. Go ahead.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
So the people that was at peace with them, they once was at peace. Russia, Ukraine, everybody had the NATO, UE, everyone had their treaties. Oh, now all of that shit is dead. Putin just woke up one day like, nigga, I'm about to get Ukraine back. What are they really gonna do to me? I got nukes. I got nukes. I'm getting my land back. And now they just do what they, you know what I'm saying? They all that peace that they used to have, all of that's dead. Go ahead.
Have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
It said the people that ate the bread, the people that used to, all the people, all the white Americans, all the white Europeans that benefited from slavery, that ate all that bread with them, they just deceived each other. Because I'm gonna show you why. Get verse 3.
Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
The Most High made the white man small amongst all the other nations. All the other nations don't really care about the white man anymore like that. Remember when they dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? When that happened, everybody was scared of America. But once everybody started getting nukes, it's like, it's a fair game now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got an all-star player on my team. Now I'm not scared no more. I could drop a nuke. You could drop a nuke on me, but I'm gonna hit you back. You know what I'm saying? Before it was like a gun, and I had a hand, and I was just got a handgun. I mean, I just with my fist. But now it's like, you got an AK, and I got a semi-automatic. I mean, it's really a fair game. I can hit you. You feel me? Even if you got that, but go ahead.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
And you're greatly despised. Everybody hates America now. Everybody hates America now. Nobody's really worried about them. No, everybody's not trying to use the dollar no more. The fiat currency, all that is crashing down. Cryptocurrency, we thought that shit was gonna rise up. That shit is crashing. All the stocks that was rising up, they're just crashing. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
And the white man, the Americans, their pride deceived them. They thought that since they had all this power in the world, they could just do whatever they want. But that deceived them because they got too level-headed. It's like, you know, you think you're the best player in the world. I'm playing ball nicer than everybody in the court. You go to the court one day, some little nigga just kills you. What sport you play? Or play? Are you not playing any sport? Are you watch sports?
Yeah, I watch.
So it's like, let's say like, I don't know, like, who's nice? Like John Morant. John Morant just came in the league. That man's nice. He just dunking on everybody. You thought you was nice. You like, this little ass rookie. No, this rookie's gonna kill you. Like, rookie. We thought like Russia, like China, yeah, they got things that are doing bad. No, they're not doing bad. They got nukes. They're losing connections that they have with everybody. Because now what happened, they don't have enough money to start giving out to people or to even pay back. You know how much money America owes China? China's not forgetting about all of that they owe China. They could barely pay it back. That's why they trying to, we don't need masks no more or in the stores. Because they want people to spend all of that money. They need that money back. You know what I'm saying? Because their pride, all that deceived them. Because now all of that shit is coming back. Ain't in the ass.
Ezekiel 38, verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
This is the princes of Meshach and Tubal. This land, you look geographically, is a land where Russia and Ukraine is inhabited. All that land is the land of Gog and Magog. Right? And when you look in the Bible, we have prophecies that were for back then and prophecies that were like due fulfillment. It will be there and now. This you're going to see. This didn't happen before with the land of Gog and Magog. So, when is it going to happen? Where Russia, go ahead.
And prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach into balls, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
It said he's going to turn them back and put hooks in their jaws. He's going to turn them back to the way they used to be.
That's right.
He's going to turn Russia back to that Soviet Union. That's why Putin just woke up and said, listen, forget all the treaties. I'm trying to get the Soviet Union back. And Biden is even saying on thing, they want to be the Soviet Union again. But we've been, since the 1960s, we've been saying Russia's going to go back to that Soviet Union. And now we see it happening to fruition because Most High never lies in his prophecy. But
And I will bring thee forth in all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, all of them handling swords.
all of them had it, that means they're going to go back to that state they used to be in. Because they're tired of America having all this power. Because Russia's a really big country. And they have a lot of power. And they wear brick. Like they wear, you know, if you ever had a brick? Brazil, Russia, India, and China. China has, what, like 1 billion people? India has 1 billion people. Brazil got a lot of people. Russia got a lot of people. They got enough power to just be done with America. That's what I'm saying. That's why the Most High says he's going to turn them back. Like, it's not going to be something that is like, oh, you know, we saw this coming. We didn't really see it coming after. Well, we saw it coming because it's in the Bible. But everybody else, they didn't really see it coming. That's why when it happened, it's like, oh my gosh. They're really trying to make this back. But the Most High said he's just going to triangle like you reeling that fish. You thought he was going to keep swimming. No. I'll bring you back in. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. Isaiah 51 and 11. Look at Isaiah 13. Watch this. And the Bible's so beautiful, like Jeremiah 51. So like, the way the Bible, you can get Isaiah 13. The way the Bible explains itself is just crazy. I'm going to show you something. You got to read this. Where's the waster? Where's the waster? 46 and 5? Isaiah 40, the waster? The Smith? I think Isaiah 46 and 5.
Jeremiah 51 and 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes.
It said the Lord raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. Watch this. Read that again, bro.
Oh, Jeremiah 51 and 11.
Look it up.
Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it.
It said the Medes, their problem is against Babylon to destroy it. We know America and Babylon, you see all of this. Get I'm gonna show you what the arrows is that the Medes are used against Babylon.
Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. No weapon.
It said,
Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
It said he created the waster to destroy. So the Most High creates instruments of cruelty to destroy other nations. So these arrows, what would be a modern day arrow? Missiles that when they do like missile testing and stuff, when one of them is malfunctioning, they said we got a broken arrow. Like right now, they say that's a broken arrow.
Jeremiah 23 and 8. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries which whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
They said the Most High is going to bring us out of that north country, and we're going to go back to where we're supposed to be. We're finally going to have Black and Hispanic communities. We're finally going to have that strong unity that we used to have before. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever heard of Black Wall Street?
Yes.
We had our shit together.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? But then they just keep.
Why did you burn it down? Yes.
So the Most High is going to take us out of this north country. He's going to bring bring us back to where we used to be. But the thing we got to do is we got to come back to the Most High. As a people, we got to start keeping the laws of God. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to, if you're, you got kids, like your kids want to go to Disneyland or wherever, you got to be good. You got to obey what I say. You got to do what I'm telling you to do. Clean your room. You know what I'm saying? Do all of this stuff. If we want to go back to that rulership, Shalom King, if we want to go back to that rulership, we have to follow the Most High God again.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever heard of any of the commandments of God?
What?
Have you ever heard of any of the commandments of the Most High?
10 Commandments?
10 commandments. What about being homosexual? That's a sin too.
Yeah.
But that's not part of the 10 commandments.
It's true.
So there's more than 10 commandments. That's you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, we have the easy commandments, like you got a beard on your face. That's part of the commandments, to keep a beard on your face.
You're not shaved like the heathen.
Exactly. Exactly. Fringes, a commandment. Simple. Throwing some fringes, throwing some seats. You know what I'm saying? 100% clothing. Don't eat shrimp. Don't eat pork. Don't eat lobster. All that stuff. All of this stuff is simple. These commandments that we can do that really help us on a day-to-day basis. Like there's studies that show like if you wear mixed fabrics, that shit messes up with your science. It be like it messes up with your frequency. Yeah, your frequency. As the scientists they say like, but the Most High really had a law. We're 100% cool. Because we got to be separate from all these other people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple of things.
Not be part of the people of the world.
Exactly. Understand that when we do that, that's when we start rising up again. That's when all these prophecies, Russia, Israel, America, us being saved out of land and war, that's what's going to happen. When we start doing those stuff, that now you can get this. I'm not sure this.
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So when we see these things happening, we see Russia going against America, we see Brazil, like the Brazilian president. He demoted the vice president and kicked him off because the vice president was talking bad about Russia. But Brazil is alliance with Russia. The Spaniards that rule Brazil, they're alliance with them. That's part of break. When you see damn China taking over parts of...
But that's only because Brazil is sovereign, and America don't want nothing to do with them unless they borrow money from the United States.
Exactly. And Brazil is part of an alliance with Russia. And we see it as part of the break. And there's other prophecies. There's a lot of prophecies that link together, you know what I'm saying? And when we see these things coming to pass, that's how we know the Most High is coming back. Like, you ever told your kids take the meat out the freezer? And they ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes they did it. They probably seen the time. Oh shit. Daddy's coming home. They put this shit in hot water, run that shit real quick. When we see these things happening, you gotta be like that. You gotta put the foot on the gas. You gotta come back to God's own session of commits. Because if you come home and that meat is still frozen, or you ain't eating. Either way, you're gonna get something. You know what I'm saying? So we see that when these things happen, that's when the Most are gonna come back. So that's why you gotta come back to this Bible. You know what I'm saying? You got YouTube or something?
Yeah.
I can give you a YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You could check out the information, watch some of the videos, stuff like that, and get yourself right, because we just want our people to be back in that rulership place that we used to be. Go ahead.
Psalms 132 and 12. If your children will keep my covenant and my testimony that I shall teach them, their children also shall sit upon my throne forevermore.
They said if we remember the covenant, our children, and we want what's best for our kids. So our children is going to sit on that throne forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that might seem far-fetched to people, but it was far-fetched when the Most High told us in Exodus that we was going to go into slavery. Look at us now. We in slavery. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't far-fetched. So when the Most High said, if you come back, I'm going to put you in a kingdom, you'll be in that kingdom. You know what I'm saying? I can give you
Jeremiah 2 and 20. Long ago I broke the yoke that oppressed you, and turn away the chains of your slavery. But still you said, I will not serve you.
See, the Most High, he took these physical chains off of us, and we still said we're not going to serve the Most High God. Before he did this to us, we didn't want to serve him. Then he did this to us, we didn't want to serve him. Then he took it off of us, we still don't want to serve him. So the Most High, listen, that ass whooping you get, I don't want that ass whooping. That's what I'm saying. It's like you tell your kids over and over and over again to do something. And you just keep beating them. Or that last beating, you fall asleep crying, you know what I'm saying? Right.
Hebrews 12:6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
And he only does this to us because he loves us. Like earlier you said, you're not going to beat the other kids. That's not your child. We're his children. He loves us so much that he does all of this so we can understand what we're doing wrong. Like he's not doing this to the white man. He loves them. He don't care about the white man. He don't care about the Chinese man. He will let them do what they want. Because they're going to get what's coming to them. You know what I'm saying? You let those kids do what they want. Listen, if they want to run around in the street, let them run around in the street. When they get hit by a car, I don't want you to get hit by a car. These nations, they gonna get hit by that car. But you gonna get that ass before you get hit by that car. They ain't gonna get, the other nations, they're gonna get that nuke before he wants us to taste that with him. So you get Isaiah 13. Get Isaiah 13.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 15. You know? And it reads, everyone that is bound shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
It said everyone that is joined unto them is going to fall by the sword. So we want to be able to be separate from them so we don't get fallen by that sword. We don't get hit by them using them air using that sword. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be with them, mess around gangbanging, and we both get shot. Because I got warned as a kid. Now I'm saying, man, forget the warning. I want to go my son, let me go shoot up people, we gonna do whatever, and now we both die. You know what I'm saying? And as a parent, I don't want that to happen. So as a child, we gotta understand, like, this is why the Most High allows us to feel what he feels. As a child, we gotta understand that your parents don't want to see you, don't want to feel that pain from losing you. And we get that on a personal level with our children. We don't want anything to happen to them because we don't want to lose them. Imagine the Most High, even more. He doesn't want nothing to happen to us. Because we're getting Lamentation 4 verse 2. I'm going to show what God called you. Right? Watch this.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 7.
What's up?
The precious, Lamentations 4:2. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold.
And you said you're Puerto Rican, right? Mom, both Puerto Rican? It said the Puerto Ricans, and even like neither Puerto Rican is Bridgeport. Not Bridgeport. Human being, you know what I'm saying? This is what God calls you. Go ahead.
The precious sons of Zion.
You're a son of Zion, you're an Israelite. The Bible will be from the tribe of Ephraim, the head of the northern kingdom. Go ahead.
How are comparable to fine gold?
They say you're comparable to fine gold. That's what we are. We're fine gold. We're not just niggas and spits and niggas who supposed to be put on unemployment. We're fine gold. We don't want to lose no fine gold. The most they don't want to lose us. So we got to understand that, given the mental capacity that he gave us with our kids, and use that with him. He don't want to lose us, the same way we don't want to lose them. You feel me, bro?
Yeah, you go. This is the book of Jeremiah 31:20. Is not Israel still my son, my darling child, says the Lord? I often have to punish him, but I still love him. That's why I long for him, and surely will have mercy on him.
It said, is not Israel our son? But we still have to punish. I still got to punish you. Yeah, you're my daughter. Yeah, you're my son. But I still have to punish you at the end of the day because I need you to realize that what you're doing is wrong. So if it's like white people. You got little white boys and girls saying F you, slapping their mom. What? Y'all beating this what? You need to understand what you're doing is wrong. We're not white people. And the Most High is not like it. You got white people talking about, oh, if you beat your child, right, you should be put in jail. What, nigga? The Most I say you gotta beat their ass, guys.
Proverbs 13:24. He that spurred his rod hated his son.
If you spur that rod, you hate them. You don't love them. Then you got little, imagine, you think it's okay to be just slapping people around and spitting on your mom and dad. That's cool. You come to me and try to hit me, I'm gonna beat the white boy, white girl, I don't care. You could do that with your parents. That shows that they hate you because they didn't prepare you well enough for this situation. Now when we grow up, we tell our kids, listen, mind your business. Don't be doing too much bullshit. Don't be picking on people, provoking people. Get your ass whooped. Now, if I ain't teach them that, I hate them because I didn't prepare them well enough to go into the world. You know what I'm saying? So the most I said, if you spare that rod, you hate your child.
But he that loveth him, chasteneth him betimes.
And so if you love him, you're gonna chasten them on that, appropriate time.
Isaiah 5:16. It says, but the Lord Almighty shows his greatness by doing what is right, and he reveals his holiness by judging his people.
Listen, he reveals the holiness by judging his people. We see, and the word holy is the word kodash in Hebrew. We see separate. This one where I bring it up. So we see the holiness through this of the Most High God because nobody in the world went through this. Deuteronomy 20:16. Nobody's ever went through this in the world. But we see us. We go through this stuff. We went through chattel slavery. We got the Spanish came and put the Hispanic sick dogs on them, sending them back to Portugal and back to Spain. Watch this.
Deuteronomy 28:68.
Bring it up.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the word Egypt is Mitzrayim, which means bondage, double straight. It said we're going to be brought into bondage with what?
Ships.
With what?
With ships.
How we get here, man? I was there, the second largest diaspora in Germany, of Mexicans. How did they get in Mexico? How did Mexicans get in Germany? With ships. How did Puerto Ricans get in Portugal? With ships. We got here on ships. I'll tell you what happened to us. If we didn't follow his commandments, go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your
It
enemies.
said we was going to see that old Egypt again. Well, this time, are you familiar with like Moses? He said we're not going to see that Egypt again. We're never going to see that Egypt again. We're going to see a new Egypt. And there, go ahead.
You shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Your enemies.
And who we sold to? Wait a minute. So
That's right.
So we're going to be sold to our enemies for what?
For bond men and bond women.
Slave man, slave woman, go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
Now we're biased to redeem. Nobody redeemed us out of this captivity. Not Martin Luther King, not Malcolm X, not anybody, Marcus Garvey. Even when you dealt with like in Colombia, they had the Haitians trying to go help Colombia, Venezuela, and all of them in Argentina. Even if we got a little bit of leeway, we didn't get saved out of it. At the end of the day, we still got Spaniards ruling over all of Latin America, ruling all over the Caribbean. You feel what I'm saying? So us as a people, we got put into slavery and nobody was able to take us out. That's how we know that we're the true Israelites in this Bible. Because this was written thousands of years ago, 2,000 years ago. You feel me? So if this happened, and clearly we see it, it happened to somebody, that's how you know the holiness of our God. Because he can do this to everybody else. Go ahead.
But Jeremiah 2:37, in despair, you will be led into exile with your hands on your heads, for Yahweh has rejected the nations you trust. They will not help you at all.
It said they won't help us at all. We literally went into slavery, hands tied, hands on our head, Puerto Ricans tied up, pregnant women with dogs biting them all over, killing them, biting them to death. We went and they didn't help us. They sat back, smoked a cigar, and made jokes about it.
You said what? God, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 80, verse 6. And it reads, thou makest us a strife unto our neighbors, and our enemies laugh among themselves.
They laugh among themselves. We got all this torment to us, and all they did was just laugh at us. Because they treated us like dogs. Like when they have a dog fight, that's how they used to treat us. You know what I'm saying? You got any questions though?
You're great.
We're praying.
You guys keep going.
Check out the YouTube, all right? All right, we out here every Saturday. How you doing? Oh, praise.
Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death.
Alright, so the name of this pale horse was sat on him was Death, God.
And hell followed him, and power was given unto them.
Wherever the white man goes, it's just death. Death just follows the white man. It follows, and anyone that comes join on to them, it just bound to just die. It's just like us, God.
And hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword.
And what's the fourth part of the earth? America. It says power was given him in the fourth part of this earth, and what followed him? Hell and death. And what followed the white man to America? Literally the black and Hispanics with hell and death. Straight out the Bible. Right?
To kill with the sword,
To kill us with the sword, go ahead.
with hunger,
Go ahead.
with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
And with the beasts of earth, just like that, brother. The Puerto Ricans, they got dogs from them. How you doing, King? You believe in God?
Book of Psalms, chapter 10. Psalms 10 and 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places does he murder the innocent.
In the what?
In the secret places doth he murder the innocent.
In the secret places, he murders the innocent. You got, like, with Trayvon Martin, a little gated secret community. Which really, there's so many white people that did studies on Trayvon Martin that shows that it was literally, it wasn't, like, not only was it just racism on one level, the whole structure around that incident was racist. There were calls about black people robbing when there was no black people robbing, it was only white people robbing. Like, it's so much to it that people don't understand. Like, the Most High have made these nations be so strategically smart to just kill us. And anytime a single place they get, they find us in the ghettos, in the hood, in the back block. You could be drunk. You can walk up to the cop like this. He will shoot you. No camera, body cam is off. He will shoot you. He attacked me, and I killed him. He was a junk. Well, he was just a junkie anyway. And that's how all of these nations. That's how they look at us. They look at us as dirt.
Amos 5 and 7. You are doomed. You that twist justice and cheat people out of their rights.
It said the white man is doomed because they twist justice, and they literally.
You are doomed. You that twist justice and cheat people out of their rights.
And they cheat us out of our rights. They don't give black and Hispanics true rights. One time they give rights to the damn white woman, the damn white man. When a white woman claims that somebody raped her, but the black man gets shot on camera. And nothing happens to the prosecutor.
Amos 5 and 10. You people hate judges. Verse 11. You abuse the poor and demand heavy taxes from them. You have built expensive homes, but you won't enjoy them. You have planted vineyards, but you will get no wine.
All of these people, all of these nations that build all these houses and killed us for no reason. Listen, yeah, you build all that shit, that's cool, but y'all not going to enjoy it. That's
right.
The Most High is going to utterly destroy America with thermonuclear weapons. Straight. Get down kind of forward.
Bring it out, man.
Book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubborn. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
I said this day is going to burn like an oven. The Most High is going to drop nuclear ICBM missiles on America, and people are going to be burnt up like they in an oven. Like when Nebuchadnezzar tried to throw, what's the name? Saturday Meshach and Abednego in the fire, and the damn soldiers got burnt up. Standing outside of the fire? Imagine inside the fire. All these nations are going to be burnt up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 120, verse 1. When I was in trouble, I called to Yahweh, and he answered me. Save me, Lord, from liars and deceivers. You liars, what will God do to you? How will he punish you? With a soldier's sharp arrows with red hot coals.
They said a soldier's sharp arrows with red hot coals. What is the modern day sharp arrow with red hot, a damn missile? Go ahead.
That's right.
2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord Yahweh will come as a thief in the night.
And these hot arrows with these coals, it's going to come as a thief in the night, God.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
How are the elements going to melt with fervent heat? How are the elements going to melt with fervent heat? With these missiles, with these nukes, right?
And the earth also, and the works that are therein, shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye be in all holy conversation and godliness? Looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved.
They said the heavens won't be on fire. How the heavens going to be on fire? All them nukes, the sky is going to be on fire, God.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And the elements going to melt with fervent heat. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise,
We, the black and Hispanics, according to the Most High's promise, God,
look for new heavens.
we look for that new heaven, that new rulership. We're not looking to rule with America, with white people.
That's right.
Why would the black and Hispanic want to rule with their oppressor? We want to rule over your oppressor, God.
And a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Wherein what?
Wherein dwelleth righteousness.
That's what the black and Hispanic need to look for. Now we need to come together and we need to look for that new rulership where we're going to dwell in righteousness. And with that, I give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh. We do so in the name of His one God, saying outside, say Shalom and Come Yasharahla! Come Yasharahla!
You look me right in the eyes, try to tell me a lie. You got too much pride. Lately I've been thinking and meditating. Scripture keep me straight, but I'm always keeping tabs on some shit. I've been watching all your actions and shit. Hey, I try to be like Malachi 3 and 6.